Okay, today under purification of substances, I'm going to go through solid-liquid mixtures. The first is separating suspension. What is a suspension? A suspension contains an insoluble solid and a liquid. There are two methods which we can use, and the first is filtration. One example is sand and water. How does a filtration setup look like? It looks something like this. You need to take note that once you have the residue, you need to wash it with cold distilled water and you need to dry it with filter paper gently. The second method is decanting. What is decanting? Decanting refers to pouring off a liquid on top to leave behind a sediment layer. Let's now talk about separating solution. What is a solution? A solution consists of a soluble solid, which is known as a solute, and a liquid, which is known as a solvent. There are actually three methods for separation, and they are crystallization, evaporation to dryness, and simple distillation. You need to know when to use which method. Let's talk about crystallization first. Crystallization is suitable for salts that decompose if evaporated to dryness is used. This is how your crystallization setup will look like. One thing important to note is that once your crystals are filtered out, you need to wash with a small amount of cold distilled water and press dry between pieces of filtered paper. Let's talk about evaporation to dryness now. When do you use evaporation to dryness? You use evaporation to dryness for salts that do not decompose on heating, such as sodium chloride. How does evaporation to dryness work? It is when the mixture is heated and the solvent evaporates and it escapes as a gas, leaving behind the solid. Lastly, simple distillation. Simple distillation is a method that helps to obtain the solvent from a solution. The liquid that distills over is called the distillate. The solid that remains in the distillation flask is called the residue. Important thing to take note is where the cold water enters and where it exits. So the cold water enters from below and exits from above. Why? It is to ensure that the vapor condenses before it leaves the condenser. And that is 2 minutes of chemistry. See you next time.